The existing installation with the 120 volts 3 number 12 underground feeder cable with ground exiting the brick foundation into polyvinyl chloride LB, then running in polyvinyl chloride schedule 40 conduit down and then with a 90-degree elbow 12 inches below grade for 15 feet to the light post appears to be acceptable based on the information provided. However, it is best to inspect the installation to ensure compliance with local electrical codes and safety regulations. It is possible to rewire the system so that the red wire becomes switched hot and the black wire is always hot. Here are the steps involved. Firstly, turn off the power at the main electrical panel. Secondly, remove the light fixture from the post. Thirdly, identify the black and red wires coming from the conduit. Fourthly, disconnect the black and red wires from the light fixture. Fifthly, connect the black wire to the always hot terminal on the light fixture. Sixthly, connect the red wire to the switched hot terminal on the light fixture. Seventhly, reinstall the light fixture on the post. Eighthly, turn on the power at the main electrical panel. The motion detector should be wired to the switched hot terminal on the light fixture. Ensure that the wiring is properly secured and protected from physical damage. It is recommended to have a licensed electrician perform any electrical work, especially if you are unfamiliar with electrical systems. When working with electrical systems, always prioritize safety. Before starting any electrical work, it's crucial to turn off the power at the main electrical panel to the circuit you'll be working on. This prevents the risk of electric shock. Use a voltage tester to confirm that the power is indeed off before touching any wires. Wear appropriate safety gear, such as insulated gloves and eye protection. These precautions can significantly reduce the risk of injury. When connecting wires, ensure that the connections are secure and properly insulated. Loose connections can cause arcing, which can lead to fires. Use wire connectors or electrical tape to insulate the connections and make sure that the insulation is not damaged. If you're working with underground wiring, make sure that the conduit is buried deep enough to protect it from physical damage. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, specifies the minimum burial depth for different types of conduit. Also, ensure that the conduit is properly sealed to prevent water from entering, which can cause corrosion and electrical problems. When installing outdoor lighting, choose fixtures that are rated for wet locations. These fixtures are designed to withstand exposure to rain, snow, and other weather conditions. Also, make sure that the fixtures are properly grounded to prevent electric shock. Grounding provides a path for electricity to flow back to the source in the event of a fault, which can trip the circuit breaker and prevent injury. When selecting wire for outdoor lighting, choose a wire that is rated for outdoor use. Underground feeder cable, or UF cable, is a common choice for this application. It is designed to be buried directly in the ground without the need for conduit, although using conduit provides additional protection. Make sure that the wire is properly sized for the load it will be carrying. The NEC specifies the minimum wire size for different amperage ratings. Overloading a wire can cause it to overheat, which can lead to a fire. When installing a motion detector, choose a location that provides good coverage of the area you want to monitor. The motion detector should be mounted at a height that is appropriate for the range of the sensor. Also, make sure that the motion detector is properly wired to the light fixture. The motion detector should be wired to the switched hot terminal on the light fixture so that it can turn the light on when motion is detected. When working with electrical systems, it's always a good idea to consult with a licensed electrician. An electrician can help you ensure that your work is done safely and in accordance with local electrical codes. They can also help you troubleshoot any problems that may arise. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous, so it's important to take the necessary precautions. Following these tips can help you stay safe and ensure that your outdoor lighting is installed properly. Before doing anything, verify the voltage of your system to avoid any complications or hazards. A 120-volt system is typical for residential lighting, but confirming this detail is a crucial first step. Number 12 underground feeder cable is a common choice for outdoor lighting circuits due to its durability and suitability for direct burial. However, always check local codes for specific requirements. The depth at which you bury the conduit is important to prevent damage from digging or other activities. NEC guidelines usually specify a minimum depth, often around 12 inches, but check local amendments. The polyvinyl chloride LB conduit body serves as a junction point where the wires change direction. Ensure that the LB is properly sealed to prevent moisture from entering, which can lead to corrosion. When using polyvinyl chloride conduit, ensure that all connections are properly glued and sealed to prevent water intrusion. Use polyvinyl chloride fittings and couplings designed for underground use. The 15-foot run of conduit from the LB to the light post should be continuous without any unnecessary splices or connections. This reduces the risk of water ingress and potential failures. Using the red wire as the switch tot and the black wire as always hot provides flexibility for adding features like motion detectors or other always-on devices. Make sure to clearly label the wires to avoid confusion during future maintenance or modifications. When connecting wires to the light fixture, use appropriately sized wire connectors or terminals. Ensure that the connections are tight and properly insulated to prevent short circuits or loose connections. The motion detector should be wired in series with the light fixture, so it interrupts the power to the light when no motion is detected. Connect the motion detector to the switched hot wire and the neutral wire. The always hot wire can be used to power other devices like a spotlight or additional lighting features. Make sure to properly size the circuit breaker to handle the additional load. When working with electrical systems, it is always a good idea to double-check your work. Use a multimeter to verify that the voltage and amperage are correct before turning on the power. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions for any electrical components you are installing. This will ensure that they are installed correctly and will function properly. Consider using a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI outlet for the circuit that powers the outdoor lighting. A ground fault circuit interrupter outlet can protect you from electric shock in the event of a ground fault. If you are not comfortable working with electrical systems, it is best to hire a licensed electrician to do the work. An electrician has the knowledge and experience to do the work safely and correctly. Remember to always disconnect the power before working on any electrical circuit. This will prevent you from getting an electric shock. Use a voltage tester to verify that the power is off before touching any wires. When working with electrical wires, use insulated tools. This will protect you from electric shock. Wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from flying debris. Keep the work area clean and free of clutter. This will help prevent accidents. If you are working outdoors, be aware of the weather conditions. Do not work in wet or windy conditions. If you are using a ladder, make sure it is placed on a stable surface. Do not overreach when working on a ladder. If you are using power tools, follow the manufacturer's instructions. Wear appropriate safety gear, such as safety glasses, earplugs, and a dust mask. If you are working with hazardous materials, such as lead paint or asbestos, follow the appropriate safety precautions. Contact your local building department to find out if you need a permit for the electrical work you are planning to do. If you are unsure about any aspect of the electrical work, consult with a licensed electrician. By following these safety tips, you can help prevent accidents and injuries when working with electrical systems. Consider using weatherproof wire connectors for all outdoor connections to prevent corrosion and ensure reliable connections. Apply dielectric grease to the connections to further protect them from moisture and corrosion. When running the underground feeder cable and conduit, ensure that the conduit is properly supported and secured to prevent it from shifting or becoming damaged. Use conduit straps or clamps to secure the conduit to the house and the light post. Before backfilling the trench, inspect the conduit and wiring for any damage. Repair any damage before backfilling the trench. Use caution when backfilling the trench to avoid damaging the conduit or wiring. Avoid using sharp objects that could puncture the conduit or wiring. When connecting the motion detector, follow the wiring diagram provided by the manufacturer. Make sure to connect the wires to the correct terminals. Test the motion detector to ensure that it is working properly. Adjust the sensitivity and range of the motion detector as needed. If you are installing a spotlight, choose a spotlight that is rated for outdoor use. Make sure that the spotlight is properly aimed and adjusted. If you are installing multiple light fixtures, make sure that they are all wired to the same circuit. This will prevent overloading the circuit. Consider using a timer to automatically turn the lights on and off. This can help save energy and improve security. Regularly inspect the outdoor lighting system for any damage or problems. Repair any damage or problems promptly. By following these tips, you can help ensure that your outdoor lighting system is safe, reliable, and energy efficient. Remember that local electrical codes and regulations may vary. It is important to consult with your local building department or a licensed electrician to ensure that your electrical work complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Failure to comply with local codes and regulations can result in fines, penalties, and even legal action. It can also create a safety hazard. When working with electrical systems, it is always better to be safe than sorry. If you are unsure about any aspect of the electrical work, consult with a licensed electrician. An electrician can provide you with expert advice and guidance and can help you ensure that your electrical work is done safely and correctly. Remember to always prioritize safety when working with electrical systems. By following these safety tips and consulting with a licensed electrician when needed, you can help prevent accidents and injuries. Consider documenting the rewiring process with photos or videos. This documentation can be helpful for future reference and maintenance. If you ever need to troubleshoot the system, the documentation can help you identify potential problems and resolve them more quickly. It can also be helpful to label the wires and connections clearly. This will make it easier to identify the different components of the system and how they are connected. Use a permanent marker or label maker to create clear and durable labels. When running the underground feeder cable, consider using a tracer wire. A tracer wire is a small gauge wire that is buried alongside the underground feeder cable. The tracer wire can be used to locate the underground feeder cable in the future using a metal detector. This can be helpful if you ever need to dig in the area and want to avoid damaging the underground feeder cable. When connecting the wires to the light fixture, use a Torx screwdriver to ensure that the connections are properly tightened. A Torx screwdriver will help you tighten the connections to the correct torque specification, which will prevent them from becoming loose over time. Regularly inspect outdoor lighting fixtures for any signs of corrosion or damage. Clean the fixtures regularly to remove any dirt or debris. Replace any damaged or corroded parts promptly. By following these maintenance tips, you can help extend the life of your outdoor lighting system and keep it functioning properly. Consider using energy-efficient LED light bulbs in your outdoor lighting fixtures. LED light bulbs use significantly less energy than traditional incandescent light bulbs, and they also last much longer. This can help you save money on your energy bill and reduce your environmental impact. When choosing LED light bulbs for outdoor use, make sure that they are rated for wet locations. These light bulbs are designed to withstand exposure to rain, snow, and other weather conditions. Consider using a photocell to automatically turn the lights on at dusk and off at dawn. A photocell is a light-sensitive device that can detect when it is dark enough to turn the lights on. This can help save energy and improve security. When installing a photocell, make sure that it is located in a place where it will not be blocked by trees or other objects. The photocell needs to be able to see the sky in order to function properly. Consider using a smart home system to control your outdoor lighting. The smart home system allows you to control your lights from your smartphone or tablet. You can use a smart home system to turn the lights on and off, dim the lights, and set schedules. This can help you save energy and improve security. When choosing a smart home system for outdoor lighting, make sure that it is compatible with your light fixtures and other electrical components. The most important aspect of the wiring is the electrical load. Ensure that the spotlight does not overload the circuit.